Hello beautiful humans, my name is Taryn and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm giving you some fall recommendations. You know, for the longest time I was like, I haven't read that many fall books. Like, Taryn, you don't have recommendations for that. You've only been reading for literally one fall. But I do have recommendations, and I was just being hard on myself because I don't want people to be like, that is not a fall book. I don't care, I think it's fall. Wow, I'm coming at you hot. And I apologize. But anyway, I'm gonna be telling you about all the books that I think that you should read. There's a fly. Anyway, I have a lot of books that I think that you should read in the fall time. I don't have specific reasons for every single one of them, but they give fall vibes to me. Okay, and that's all that I really got for you. I'll try my best to explain why, but sometimes it's just vibes. Okay, we'll start off with YA. I think that's just like the way to go. So the first, I feel bad, I'm sorry, but a lot of these are series, okay? And that doesn't mean you have to read the whole series in the fall, but I do think that you should start them in the fall. Starting YA, and with a series that I literally just finished, and I know everyone and their mom has probably read it, but if you are one of the few who haven't, I definitely think that you should pick up Harry Potter. Okay? But I want you to listen to it on audio and follow along if you want. The audiobooks for these are fabulous. They're amazing. I loved every second of it. I didn't start listening to the audio until book 5, and I'm so upset. Like, I will definitely be re-listening to it from the beginning, but I just think that it would have been a whole new experience listening to the audiobooks. I loved it, and I truly do. I see why everyone's obsessed with it. Okay, I do. It was really good. Another series, YA series that we have is the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. This is a YA mystery. You're following a group of special super smart kids. They're all in this school for super smart kids. It gives just like dark academia, and the mystery is really good. I also think that this is really good on audio. I do think that I was a smidgen bored while reading this first one, but once I got halfway through, I finally got the audiobook for it, and I started listening to it, and I liked it so much better. But if you're looking for a mystery, dark academia vibes, this is the way to go. Next we have the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. I love this series. It is so good. It's so easy to read. I think if you're getting into like dystopian, I always said that this was fantasy, but I guess it's more dystopian, whatever. If you're getting into that, I think this is the way to go. The way the chapters are written is so good. I love the way that like you're literally in her brain throughout this entire series. There are, what are they called? There are novellas. I didn't read any of them, but I kind of want to go back and read the novellas, which are just from different people's point of view, and then as you go through the series, then you get different people's point of view. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And they're short chapters, so like it's super easy to get through. Then we have the series that I cannot stop raving about. That is the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Think Criminal Minds, but YA, a bunch of little baby Spencer reads. It's amazing, it's perfect, and everyone should read it. Please and thank you. Also, short chapters. It's so fast. It's so good. I've read so many thrillers, like adult thrillers, that I can guess this plot of, and I can guess the twist and everything. I cannot tell you one twist that I guessed correctly in this, okay? It was so good. And then another series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes is the Inheritance Game series. This is more mystery than like thrill. It's like the game Clue. And I loved it. And the new series that she's writing is based off of this series, so I think you should hop on. Another YA series that gives very dark academia is Ninth House and Hellbent. I don't know. Are these like called something? I don't know what they're called, like what the whole series is called, but I do know that there's a third one coming out. I hope. I think there is. These are like the definition of dark academia to me. It's witchy, kind of, not really witchy, it's more like devilly. It's October, Okay, I recommend listening to the audio, but also like reading while you listen. I was very confused listening to Ninth House is the first one. Very confused. I had absolutely no idea what was going on, and that's weird because it's YA, so like I shouldn't feel stupid while I'm reading, but it was still really good. And I only know like a few people that felt that way. A lot of other people that read it really enjoyed it, and I did like it. I was just a little confused, but I still think it was really good. Oh my god, Stephen King wrote about this. He wrote a little blurb. Anyway, these two. And then last but not least, YA fantasy. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the third book in this series to come out. That is Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Gerber. Holy shit, these books are amazing. You don't have to read Caraval to read these two books. I do recommend it because you get a little bit of the main character in Caraval and you kind of get his backstory, and then to read about him here. Oh, I love this series so much. I love it so freaking much. I posted one of my like first vlogs that I ever posted on here. I was listening to the end of The Ballad of Never After, sobbing. The end of this book is the worst ending that I've ever read, but also the absolute best, because I have been like shaking waiting for this third book to come out. I need it in my hands right now. It comes out in October, I think. October, November. But oh my god, these two are so good. And the audiobooks for these as well are perfect. I loved the audio for these. I actually want to go back through because I listened to them both and then I physically bought them. I want to go back through, physically read it, and tab them both. I should probably do that before the third one comes out, but I have too many books on my TBR, so probably won't happen. Anyway, read those two. Please read those two books. Okay, now we're on to more adult-ish fantasy, I guess. I don't even know if you would call this adult fantasy, but Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. If you are one of the few people that haven't read it yet, now's your time, bestie boo. The second one's coming out soon, so pick it up, read it, live it, love it, learn it. And hated that. This book is perfection. It's so good. And wow, did the end of it, not even the end, not even the last page like everyone's freaking out about. You know, I saw that one coming, but the way the stuff, like the little bit before that happened, what the hell is going to happen in the next book? What the hell is happening? Because I need to know. But I do think that everyone and their mom should read this. Please. I love that I'm not telling you anything about these books, but I'm just saying, no, read it. That's because I suck at telling you anything about a book. This is about dragons, ow, and their riders. And enemies to lovers, and the dragons are super funny. See, that's why I don't tell you what books are about. Okay, now we're on to like for sure adult romance. I mean, adult fantasy. Like, I know these are adult fantasy. Starting with A Court of Thorns and Roses. Again, if you haven't picked this up yet, pick it up. Pick it up right now. No excuses. No, I'm not letting you give me any excuse. You're wrong. Pick it up and read it. So this first one is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and then it goes so much bigger, so much better. Ugh, this is definitely the worst one in the series, but I still give it a 4 stars. I read it in a day. It was my first fantasy that I've ever read, and I loved every single second of it. Every single second of it. Loved it. Now, if you've already read the entire ACOTAR series, I then say that you move on to Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This book, this series also, holy shit balls. This series broke my heart. I'm not even going to say that it put it back together. I will not. I will not say that because I will still cry at every TikTok, every reel that I see from this series. But I do think that you should read it. Especially if you do want your heart ripped out. Yeah. And then if you've read both of those series already, but you for some ungodly reason haven't picked up Crescent City by her, I need you to pick that up. And that is the order. This is the order that I recommended. I recommend ACOTAR series first, Throne of Glass series second, Crescent City last. Two of my best friends just read this book for the first time, and me just being there for their reactions was the best thing ever. The best thing ever. I love this book. I read it. I read it once and I gave it 3 stars because I didn't know what was going on. Okay, I will be honest and I say that I did not know what was going on. But then I read Throne of Glass, and then I came back to this and I gave it a 5 stars and I tapped it that many times. One of her best books. Literally one of her best books. Hands down. Amazing. Amazing. Perfect. Beautiful. Amazing. Good. Okay, now we're on to romance. I'll start with nice romance and we'll end with dark romance. I think that's the way to go. Now, the only witchy-ish romance, rom-com, I guess, that I have is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. I remember it being a cute rom-com that was witchy. They were, God, I read this a whole ass year ago, so I don't really remember too much about it. But I do know that I gave it a 4 stars because it was cute, it was fall, it was witchy. It gave the vibes that it needs to give. Okay? I mean, I feel like I related it to Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but also like Halloween Town kind of thing. But do I think that about every witch book? I don't know because I've only read this one. But it was good. And I think this one is also like enemies to lovers type thing. Like, right? Oh, and his name is Reese. And I just think that any male main character named Reese is just like top tier. Okay? Oh, they dated at one point and then she put a hex on him, and then he comes back to the town and he's like, what is happening? She goes, oh, that kind of thing. It's literally why it's called The Ex-Hex. Anywho. And then we're just on to like cozy. These are just like cozy, amazing romances that I don't even know if they take place in fall. I can't remember, honestly. But now is just the perfect time for you to read them. Mostly because I just want you to read them. And that is Part of Your World and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. If you have not picked up an Abby Jimenez book, do it now. Do it right now. Part of Your World comes first and then it's Yours Truly. But they are truly, honestly, the perfect romances. They both have the sweetest men. And like, even if you're not into sweet men, okay? Even if you're like, ew, a golden retriever, I still want you to try it. I want you to try it because these books are perfect. Okay. Moving on to dark romance, and then I'm going to talk about the books that I don't physically have with me so that I can just put a little pic, okay? First dark romance we have is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. This is a Peter Pan retelling, and it is everything. I loved it. I loved the way that she I don't think it's a retelling. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be called, but I can't think of what it is. It is an adult fractured fairy tale. Anyway, it's where the villain gets the girl. And the way that she spun the world, the way that she made the world is, I loved it. I loved it. Wendy's dad, I don't know if her name is Wendy, whatever, but her dad runs an airline and it's called Never Air, right? Never Airland, Neverland Air, what is it called? I read this so long ago, but it's so good, I promise. Never Land? Never. Her name is Wendy. What is her dad's company? Neverland Planes. Hello. See it? I guess I thought that was so much cooler than I do right now that I finally found it. But I thought it was cool. Anyway, very good. Another... I wouldn't say this is a dark romance. This is and I can't even believe that I'm recommending this to you, but I believe that if I went through it, you all should have to go through it with me. And that is Credence by Penelope Douglas. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a good book. No, I'm not going to do that. But if you are into romances that make you go, then you should read this. It's something, but it does give fall. Actually, it's more winter, but whatever. I can't believe I just recommended that. Okay, next we have the Mindfuck series by St. Abbey. This series is everything and more. Everything and more. Oh my god, think Dexter, but the girl is the bad one. Oh, the girl is the one that is trying to make things right. Okay? I need to rewatch Dexter. I loved this. I loved this so much. It is dark. Holy crapola. It is dark. The things that our main character went through will give you nightmares, will make you sob. I mean, if you're anything like me, but also the way that she takes care of it. Yes, ma'am, the biggest badass that I've ever read about. I bow down to Lana. Oh, she deserves the world and more. I love her. Wow. And I believe these are all on Kindle Unlimited. This is all 5 books in one thing, and I still read it in 2 days because the chapters are short, the books are short. It's amazing. And then the last dark romance that I have physically, because I know that I have some from my Kindle, are Hunting and Haunting Adeline. Again, so dark. Please check up trigger warnings for these two. I liked the second book. More than the first book, because the first book, okay, he like stalks her, and that's not for me, but I know that it's for people. Like, I know that there's some of you out there that are so down bad for that. I'm not, but I still liked it. But this one, where it gets into the drama and the I loved this book. I did. This one I think I gave like 3.5 stars. They are chunky, but they're good. Me still trying to figure out which one's the first and which one's the second. Okay, let's talk about the books that I don't physically have. Okay, there's only 3. So, you know, thrillers for me will always give fall vibes, but I didn't want to go through all of my top thrillers because they don't... No, maybe I will. Should I? They shouldn't scream fall to me. I mean, like, they do because I like to read thrillers in fall, but like, I don't have a good reason. Okay, let's talk about maybe 2 or 3. So I'm very picky when it comes to thrillers. I don't normally give them any higher than a 4-star because I guess the ending, the first 30% is always really slow for me, blah, blah, blah. I listened to The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead, and I will say I went in not expecting very much because I really didn't like In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by her, but this was so much better. And I don't know if it's because I listened to it on audio. I don't know if it's because I went in completely blind and I did not read a single thing about this book, but I loved it so much. I also really like a specific topic that's in here that is not talked about on the back of the book, so I can't really tell you what it is. I'd love to read about that said topic, so this was super interesting to me, and I give it 5 stars. So this top thriller for me. Another top thriller for me that definitely gives fall vibes is Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. And you know, this book did not get the best views or the best reviews, I guess. I think, I don't even remember, but I feel like I read a lot of people just saying like, oh, it's 3 stars, it was fine, it was fine. I went into it blind. I listened to the audio. I cried. I cried during a thriller. Haven't done that before until that book. Yeah, but it was so good, and definitely gives fall October vibes. If you've read it, then you know why I'm saying that, but I really enjoyed it. I gave that one 5 stars as well, I think. I don't even remember. I do remember walking around Target though, shopping and listening to the end of it and bawling my eyes out, and that's embarrassing. It happens though for me. Another like series, but it's such cozy mystery, is the Finlay Donovan series. This woman accidentally gets recognized, I guess, as a hired hitman. Okay, and she gets, I don't know how to explain it. She somehow becomes a hitman, okay? And she's never been one in her entire life. But this lady expects her to, or is like, okay, well, here's like a bajillion dollars, like, kill my husband. And she has to figure it all out. And it's really funny. I listened to them on audio. I liked the audio a lot. I don't have any of them physically, so I don't know how it is to, you know, physically read it, but I really like the audio. And it's just like a fun, cozy listen. So those were fun. I don't know how many there are. 3 or 4? How many times can I say fun? Also, and then the last series that I have for you is going to be a dark romance, and that is the Vicious Lost Boys series by Nikki St. Crow. This is also a Peter Pan retelling, but reverse harem. So spicy, so dark, so good. I ate up every single book in that series, and they really do just keep getting better and better and better and better. Oh, they're so good. They're all on Kindle Unlimited, I think. I hope so. Sorry if they're not. Sorry if I'm misinforming you. But they are so good. And if you're into the dark romance reverse harem, I need you to pick it up right now. And you're welcome. Okay, but those are all of my fall recommendations. I hope something out of this entire video caught your eye and you read it and you love it. That's all that I hope for you, is that I could give you at least one good recommendation. I hope you have an amazing day, night, week, month, and year. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I will see you in the next video. I love ya. Goodbye, beautiful humans.